issuing a 4 more years hat to European leaders has become a notable moment in the ongoing diplomatic efforts surrounding Ukraine. The act, following a high-stakes meeting, has been widely reported and analyzed. The general state of the issue is that it is being viewed as a mix of political maneuvering and unconventional diplomacy. On one hand, it is seen as a way for President Trump to signal his political ambitions and to assert his personal brand, even on the international stage. On the other, it has been criticized as inappropriate and disrespectful, particularly given the seriousness of the topic being discussed, ending the war in Ukraine. The European leaders' reactions, as captured in the photo, have become a subject of intense speculation and commentary, with many observers attempting to see the behind these expressions. This event underscores the unpredictable nature of Trump's foreign policy and his personal interactions with other European leaders. The decision by President Trump to display a 4 more years hat to European leaders was likely a mix of political signaling and personal style. One primary reason is to underscore his continued political ambitions and communicate to both domestic and international audiences that he is not finished with his time in office. The hat serves as a tangible, visual representation of a potential future presidential run, a message he has also repeated. Additionally, this action can be seen as a way of asserting his unconventional approach to diplomacy. Rather than adhering to traditional diplomatic protocol, which might see such a gesture as undignified, Trump often uses these moments to project an image of a leader who is unconstrained by convention and who is focused on his political base. For supporters, this is a sign of his authenticity and defiance of the establishment. For critics, it's a sign of a lack of seriousness on stage, especially during a high-stakes discussion like this. It's a move that fits his brand, and it demonstrates that even while engaging in serious international affairs, his domestic politics The consequence of President Trump's gesture is that it further solidifies the perception of his unconventional approach to diplomacy. For his domestic audience, it reinforces his brand as a leader who prioritizes his international agenda and is unbothered by traditional norms. This resonates with his base and could be a motivating factor for a future presidential campaign. However, for European leaders and the wider international community, the consequence is potentially complex. Some may have interpreted the behavior as a super political aside. Others could see it as a sign of disrespect and international seriousness. The act risks detracting from the gravity of the discussions happening in its future consequences. It can also be seen as an indicator that even while dealing with a major international crisis, his primary focus remains on his own political future, which may lead allies to question the depth of his commitment to a shared global agenda. This incident, while seemingly minor, adds another layer to the already complex and often strained relationship between the U.S. and its European partners. Given the unconventional nature of the incident, a solution isn't about solving a traditional problem, but rather about managing a diplomatic relationship with a leader who recognizes European signal. For European leaders, the key solution is to remain focused on their own diplomatic agenda and not be distracted by such gestures. By staying on message about peace in Ukraine, security guarantees, and shared economic interests, they can prevent the incident from derailing this serious European theater. Another solution is to understand the domestic political context of such actions. European leaders and their diplomatic corps need to recognize that these gestures are often aimed at a domestic audience rather than a diplomatic one. By viewing the hat incident as a form of political theater for U.S. voters, they can avoid overreacting